Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. Today's video is going to be a little bit different than most videos that I do on my channel, but I'm super excited to do it. So today's video is going to be basically an in-depth of how I do my base makeup, specifically for the fall. It is a little bit different than it is the other times of year. So I thought I would kind of sit down and show you guys and walk through what I do to get a perfect, flawless fall base that lasts all night, that does not break up, and is just such a beautiful, flawless base. So if you guys want to see how I create that, then just go ahead and keep watching. I don't know how I feel about my hair like this. I feel like I kind of look like a boy, but you know what? We're gonna push past it and
let's not worry about it.
also, if my lips look like they're stained, it's because they are. I filmed a video before this and the lipstick that I used stained my lips. So there's that. The first product I'm going in with is no surprise to you guys. It is the e.l.f. Daily Hydration Moisturizer. It is the best moisturizer in the entire world. For me, because I am more oily, this is a moisturizer that I like to use because it is a little bit more lightweight. If you are more on the oily side, I would recommend something a little bit thicker, a little bit more hydrating, but this still really hydrates. I would recommend it for all skin types unless you're looking for something really heavy duty. So usually I let this kind of sit and sink into my skin, but we don't have time for that. So I'm just gonna sit here and make it dry quicker. Now let's go into primer. So the primer that I'm going to be using today is one that I mentioned in my fall favorites video, which I don't know if that's going up before this video or how we're going to do that. I think that one will be up first. But I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. I talked about it, all about it in that video, but I've come to my final verdict. I love this. I don't know necessarily how good it is for pore minimizing and just making the skin smoother, but as far as a makeup base goes, it's amazing. I feel like it really does help my makeup stay on longer and last better throughout the day. I find that my makeup breaks up less when I use this, and it's just really great. Overall, I really love it, and it's so affordable. I almost said inaffordable, but I meant to say inexpensive and affordable. So I basically put this everywhere besides like the outer portions of my cheeks because I don't really need anything there because my skin's so dry, everything just stays perfectly right there. At least that's the only part of my face that's like that. So I put quite a bit on. You guys saw that. I am not shy with this primer. The next product that I'm going to be going in with is also from that fall favorites video. A lot of those products are just products that I use in the fall months, so I'm going to talk about them anyway. This is the Dermacol Makeup Cover Foundation. I am obsessed with this, which is such a shocker because I don't know if I've talked about how I really don't like this for my skin type, but I've noticed that this works a lot better for my skin. One, when I use this primer, magic. But also when I use a smaller amount. So I tried this like a few weeks ago for the first time just to see how it would cover like my specific like acne areas where I have some scarring and some current breakouts, and I ended up like putting some on and it was like way too much, so I had to put it everywhere, and it lasted really well. So I've been using it for the past few days. So what I like to do is I'll squeeze a little bit out, and that's probably going to cover like my whole face right there. Not my whole face, but at least it's half of my face. So, and then I go in with the Morphe E6. This is my favorite brush to use for this foundation because it is a little bit thicker and a little bit moussier. So I've also already done my brows, so it's gonna be really hard to do my foundation around my brows, but we're just gonna try our very best. So around those areas where I really want it to cover, I will stipple and make sure it covers. This really looks like I'm applying so much, but you guys see how little it is. It just covers so much. This makes my stained lips look even worse. So this side I definitely have less things to worry about, so I don't really put it any specific area. I will just kind of put it everywhere, or put it in one spot and then just kind of spread it out. You guys can see how intense my redness is when my face is like covered elsewhere. Like, I'm just so red everywhere. I hate it. But this is the skin that God gave me. So I always go over pretty much my whole face with a sponge. This is the e.l.f. sponge, but it's not the Total Face sponge. It's just another sponge, and it's amazing. It's so soft, and it's just amazing. See, I talked about it a little bit in the fall favorites video. This is such full coverage, but then like once you kind of go over it a little bit, it kind of loses a little bit of coverage. So it's like full coverage, but not almost. Like it was covering this and this, and now it's a little bit, I don't know if you're gonna be able to tell on camera that it uncovered it a little bit, but it did. And I just go over any areas where I get really oily and absorb a little bit of that makeup. So definitely around my mouth. So with those specific areas that I kind of lost a little bit of coverage, I'll go in just very lightly and redo those with some concealer. So now we're going to go in with concealer, and this combo has been I think it's my new favorite, combo. So first of all, I did a whole video on this sponge specifically, and I've just been using it exclusively for concealer. It somehow makes every concealer have more coverage, so I've just been using it for every concealer, and this is part of the combo, but this concealer has replaced every other concealer that I own, and it wears more beautifully than any other concealer, better than Tarte Shape Tape, which used to be my holy grail concealer, which I know that it's not anymore because I repurchased it, and I like this one more. I like how it wears better, and it's a better color for me. So it is the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. I have mine in the shade L100 Fair. This is the best concealer ever. It has better coverage than Tarte Shape Tape, and it lasts better underneath my eyes. It doesn't look nearly as dry, and it doesn't crease nearly as much. It's the best concealer, and with that Juno sponge, nothing can top it. It's so good. I can't even tell you. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this underneath my eyes. You don't need much at all. That's about all you need, and watch as this just does wonders. First of all, you saw how little I put underneath my eyes, and it is just going so far. Okay, so now that my under eyes look super concealed and beautiful, I'm going to set them down with my current favorite translucent powder, which is the number 7 Translucent Perfect Light Loose Powder, and it's incredible. I use this only specifically underneath my under eyes and on my smile lines and my mouth area because, one, it's small and it's very, not expensive, but it's from the drugstore, but it's like, I think $15. And because it's just kind of a small little component, so I'll just use my air spun for the rest of my face so I can stick a big brush in it, if that makes sense. So I'm going to set my under eyes, bake them really quickly, set my smile lines, my chin, set the rest of my face, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've just set my face, wiped it all off, and now we're going to go in with lots and lots of setting spray. This is the Ofra Makeup Fixer, and I actually have a black top because the initial spritzer that it came with was terrible. This one isn't much better, but I just hold it really far back from my face. And okay, so the next step is bronzer, and for bronzer, no surprise if you've seen my last video, I'm going to be using the Milani Silky Matte bronzing powder in the shade 01 Sunlight. My favorite bronzer for the fall months because it is a little bit more of a cool toned bronzer. It looks a little bit more warm toned on camera, but it's not. Also my very sad bronzer brush, but I'm gonna use it anyway because I love it. I love it. I'm just going to bronze up my face because that's what a bronzer does. Just that perfect tone for the fall. I don't know why I keep singing. Now I'm gonna go in with blush, and I think I was initially gonna use the Alamar blush, but I use that in a lot of videos, so I think I'm gonna use the Milani Baked Blush in the shade Rose d'Oro. It's so beautiful. I'm gonna use it on my favorite Luxie brush. This is the 522 tapered highlighter brush. Really gonna apply this blush, and I'm gonna do this, look in the little mirror, because otherwise I'm gonna put way too much on if I'm looking in the monitor. Love it, love it. And you can see that little bit of sheen. It's so beautiful. Okay, before we go in with highlighter, I'm gonna go back in with this guy, drench my face again. Okay, and for a highlight today, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild I'm So Lit highlighter. I haven't used this in a while and I miss it, so we're gonna use it today. Look how much. You will never go through this in your entire lifetime. It's so big. Just take what's in the lid because you don't need much. I tap it off. That's still too much. I will never get over this highlighter. It is just insane. Loose highlighters in general are a little bit harder to use because you can go so overboard so quickly. So I have pretty much the whole face done. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to do my eyes really quickly off camera because this video is focused on the skin. I'm going to do that really quickly and then we will go in with a lip. So I'll see you guys when my eyes are done. Okay, my eyes are done. I'm actually so proud of how they came out. I think I'm going to put this video that I'm going to upload to YouTube in an IGTV as well on my Instagram, and I'll put the eye portion of it in the IGTV. So if you guys want to see that, be on the lookout for it. I will leave my little Instagram handle right here if you guys have not followed my beauty page. I love it so much. I take so much pride in my page and try and do some IGTVs and little tutorials every once in a while on there. So yeah, just a little plug for that. I'm wearing the Kiss Little Black Dress lashes, my all-time favorite lashes. I love them. I'm gonna go in with my lips now. I'm gonna use the Janta Blue Dark Natural Lip Liner. This is more of a nude, and because my eyes are so dark, I'm going to go with a nude. So I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips. And I also just filled in my lips with that lip liner. And then for gloss, I'm going to go in with the Persona Cosmetics Gloss in Honey. I think my favorite shade of them all. I think it's everyone's favorite shade. It's the best. So I'm just going to apply this right on top of that lip liner. Okay, one last thing before we bring this video to a close. I need to do an inner corner highlight. I'm just going to use that same highlighter, and I'm going to take some in the cap and put it right on my inner corners. Okay guys, so this is the final look. This is how my skin looks after I have created my Flawless Fall base. I am so loving how it turned out, and I love how the eyes turned out and how the lip turned out and everything. I just really love this look. Super glam, super fall. So yeah, if you guys like this video, please make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you would like to see more videos like this. And once you have subscribed, please make sure to turn on the little bell notification down below so you are notified every time that I upload. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.